Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of our Tech Talks, our channel to answer all questions related to the hot topics in industrial automation. Today I'm very pleased to have Alex Serra here, the data scientist and AI engineering specialist in the Automation Center Europe. Hello Alex, welcome to our podcast. We are hearing a lot about AI and its evolution these days. ChatGPT, predictive maintenance, but what is it all about?
Hello, Andrea. Glad to be here in this podcast and always a pleasure to be with you.
We do.
First, let me say that many people say AI will be the future. My opinion, they are wrong. AI is also the present. But what is AI exactly? Probably a simple definition will be that it's the ability of a computer to perform tasks that commonly are associated with humans. So for example, ChatGPT is AI. Why? Because instead of a person answering you, a machine does.
So you are telling me that machines are becoming more human, right?
Yeah, kind of, but we can say that.
And what about predictive maintenance? Is it a class of AI?
Well, technically, predictive maintenance is the technology that tries to predict when a machine will fail. What is the objective of this? Well, it's to try to anticipate a critical line crash that could stop production, for example. These days in OMRON, we are investing a lot of time and also money in these new technologies related with predictive maintenance. To clarify it, give me one example of company to understand better what is predictive maintenance.
For instance, in food market, we can
Yes.
say a cookie manufacturing.
Okay, I agree. So imagine you are a manager of a production line of these cookies manufacturing that you are thinking. Imagine that every month you have one sudden stop of the line because, I don't know, one machine has broken down. For example, I don't know, a packaging machine. This packaging machine broke down. Well, then what would you say to me if I could anticipate when your machine will fail? Instead, you could plan to make a short stoppage of your packaging machine to repair it before it crashes.
Okay, well, firstly, I think that you can help me to save some money, right?
Exactly, that's the main conclusion.
Yeah.
In some cases, these companies can be stopped during days or even weeks. So you can make some numbers and you can imagine how much money you could lose. So as I said you at the start, as you are the production manager of a cookie brand, would you be interested in applying predictive maintenance technology to your production line to try to solve these stops?
Oh, of course. I can see how critical this situation is and how important predictive maintenance is to solve that. Then,
Yeah.
Alex, for sure, I will be pushing for implementing this technology in my production line.
Good. I think I've convinced you then. With this technology, we can improve KPIs like production per day, cycle time, and of course the famous OE.
Yeah. So, Alex, what is OMRON doing in predictive maintenance world?
Well, nowadays, OMRON applies predictive maintenance using technologies that measures vibration of machine. So to summarize, depending on how the vibration of the machine varies, we can study or analyze if a machine potentially will fail. And as a consequence, of course, if some maintenance should be carried out or not. But does this mean that more vibration equals to the machine will fail soon or bad quality production? Sometimes yes, but in general it's not as simple as that. We also measure a lot of extra features like domain features that these are more important.
So, as a simple summary, we are reading the vibration of machine to apply predictive maintenance. But how we do that?
Good question. Well, basically we install vibration sensors, also known here as accelerometers. These sensors can be considered, let's see, like ears. So they help us listen to the machine and obtain a trustable diagnosis. But probably you should be asking yourself, where do we install these ears exactly?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, this is where OMRON also try to help and guide customer, because we have a lot of industrial automation experience. In OMRON, here we have people that have been working for the industry for more than 20 or 30 years. And in this wall, the experience is super useful. So we can say that OMRON is the doctor, because using ears, we can help our customers to diagnose the machine. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like this comparison.
Yeah. However, let me explain it more technically.
Okay.
With OMRON experience, we have defined where to install the sensor. Okay. This is very important because depending on where we install them, we will obtain valuable information or just noise. In OMRON, we also offer different types of sensors. For example, the unidirectional ones, 3-dimensionals, different types of size, weights, whatever. Also, we offer different types of fixing methods, screw, magnetic, and even glue. From these sensors, what we collect? We collect vibration data. We are collecting with a sampling rate of 25 kilohertz, or even more if we need. To have an idea, Andrea, this means that we are collecting 25,000 samples every second. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Then, with this huge amount of data, we use our controller to pre-process this huge data in real time. This is important, in real time. Then we obtain these key features in the temporal and frequency wall. Finally, with all these features, we can feed and train our AI algorithm. Depending on the customer, we can decide to run an algorithm in the edge, in our controller, or in the cloud. And of course, these algorithms are responsible for deciding if the machine will fail soon or not.
And have you carried out any project of predictive maintenance in Automation Center recently?
Yes, sure. For instance, we carried out a project in a huge factory where we installed more than 300 vibration sensors. These sensors were installed in key motors, gearbox, and rollers. And moreover, in this concrete project, we decided also to install some sensors that can measure also the motor current. Once all the predictive maintenance solution was deployed, only in the first month, the factory reported that they have avoided more than 10 hours of downtime thanks to our system. That's a lot.
Wow. And Alex, preparing these tech talks, I've seen that predictive maintenance is considered a hot topic in the industry. Can you explain to us why?
Yeah, you're right. This is an extremely hot topic, for sure, and I will say that mainly for two reasons. The first one is that this topic is in every sector of the industry. We can apply it in our focus markets, such as e-mobility, food and commodities, or even pharma. So it's everywhere. The second reason, probably the most important, is that this technology has a super good return of investment. This means that with a small investment, we can obtain huge results. Yeah.
Now I'm curious, in general, how does a predictive maintenance project starts?
Well, normally, first, customers contact OMRON. They present us his problem. And then OMRON visit the factory to do an assessment, let's say, and check the predictive maintenance possibilities. Second, together with the machine experience of the customer, we decide the best location to install the sensors I mentioned before. The third step normally is to collect data and of course analyze it to try to extract the key knowledge. And finally, we deploy a real-time model that will advise when predictive maintenance action should be done or not.
Data analysis, another hot topic nowadays. What can you say about this?
Yeah, data analysis is super important because, as you know, every machine is different. So every application has its key parameters that must be found by a data scientist. Let me say one sentence that I've prepared for this session that shows exactly why data is important.
Mm-hmm.
Information is the oil of the 21st century, and data analysis is the combustion engine. So yeah, Andrea, as you can see, that's how we, data scientists, we add value using data.
Amazing, amazing. What a good phrase. I will try to remember it.
Exactly, note it.
And to sum up this interesting interview, as you told me in the beginning, AI is not only the future, it's also the present. But let me ask you about this future, Alex. How do you see OMRON solution in predictive maintenance in, let's say, 2 years?
Yeah, good question. Probably this is the question of the interview. Predictive maintenance is exploding as a trend right now, and there are huge possibilities. In Umbro, we have only recently started applying this solution. However, I think we are achieving promising results and huge success. In 2 years, I will say we will have a robust and unique solution in terms of hardware and software. So we expect to have a kind of vibration analysis toolbox that will be just plug and play, which will make it easier to start a predictive maintenance project, I will say, yeah. I also expect we will have our own data repository where we will be able to store data. And regarding software, I think the future is promising. Probably we are going to have better and more robust algorithms that are retrained continuously with also feedback from operators. Actually, we are working on that. I will say that this software solution will include a revolutionary AI algorithm that applies predictive maintenance. And Andrea, why not a neuronal network?
Maybe we leave this topic for another podcast, Alex. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's another hot topic to discuss. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much for your time and your interesting explanations, and see you soon, Alex.
Thank you, Andrea, and always happy to have these talks.
You're welcome, Alex. And for all of you, our tech listeners, see you on the first Monday of every 2 months.